How's it going, guys? My name is Dave Pallets. I'm a full-time eBay reseller. In this video, we're going to be talking about how I was able to turn $400 into $4,900 within 2 months on eBay. Let's get into it.
I get a cash and I flip it, yeah. I get a cash and I flip it, yeah.
Before I get into the video, I really would appreciate a thumbs up, comment, or consider subscribing. And if you guys want to enter a giveaway for this $180 Harley Davidson jacket, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram, Active Apparel Zone on Instagram, and like this video and comment, and you're entered to win the giveaway. So if you guys want the jacket, go ahead and do that. How did I turn 400 into 4,900 before even a 90-day period? Basically, I've been doing electronics for like 4.5 years at a very high level. So I have a long history with clothing. I started selling clothing on eBay like 10 years ago, and that was my first glimpse of eBay, was clothing. Now, I'm not an expert by any means, so I basically did start from scratch because obviously the brands that were popping 10 years ago is very different now. You know, a lot of the brands that I thought were good 10 years ago are not good anymore. So it was a huge learning curve, but many months before I actually started selling clothing, I did a ton of research. Every YouTuber that you can imagine that is in the clothing niche, I basically watched them. Even if they had 200 subscribers, I watched them. One of the people that I'm going to give a shout out to that I love watching and I learn a lot is the Resale brothers. I love watching them. Obviously tech and sports, I watch a lot of people, but I got what I know from running my eBay business with electronics, followed with what I've learned recently and from trial and error. And basically my cost of goods is $2.50, and I think it was 157 items is what I wrote down, is that what I've sold within the 2 months, not even a 90-day period. I can't even say sell-through rate. I don't know what the sell-through rate is. We'll see in a month. I'll give you guys an update. But basically, it was $4,900 in sales, 157 items, and my cost of goods is $2.50 after my VA. And sometimes I sell shoes, and my shoes are a little higher. My clothes is lower. Sometimes I get clothes for 50 cents to $1. Sometimes I get shoes for $3, $5. But somewhere in the middle, you know, it is $2.50 is what I calculated from that little small sample size. So I think we can definitely keep that up, especially if I continue going to the Goodwill bins. There I can get it for $2 per pound. Shoes, you know, they'll be like $2-3, and clothing will be less than the $2. So sometimes 3 pieces of clothing, you know, will be $2. So that's kind of where my cost of goods is. I haven't been extremely consistent with my listing, but we have been doing I've been trying to do 300 pieces of clothing per week, and the first 2 weeks were very, very slow. I literally sold like probably 5 items, and I was getting discouraged. And even the first month, it was very, very slow. And I think we did about $800 the very first month of doing that, and I invested a good amount of money into the switch, and I just trusted the process. And I see other people selling similar stuff, so I trusted the process, and now it's finally starting to get the ball rolling. And this past month was better, but the last week was actually where it was actually a noticeable change in how many items I'm selling that are clothing. And the good thing is I still have a lot of electronics, and I sell every single day. More than half of my sales are electronic type items, so at least that was a good transition period, that I still have a lot of electronics, because if I was only selling clothing, 4,500 in 2 months would not cut it. Like, I have a warehouse, I got other bills, and just to keep everything afloat with my personal life is not gonna cut it, right? So it was definitely like starting from scratch, but it is getting there now. I'm gonna go over the 2-month sale chart and show you guys the percentages and all that from each category, and show you guys my warehouse and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, so we are here at the warehouse, and this is my little Toyota Matrix where all the magic happens, where we fill it up with items, bring them here, and send out all the packages. So that is a monster little vehicle for this little eBay operation we got going on. But this is the warehouse. I'm not exactly sure how many square feet it is, but I know it's about at least 1,500 square feet, at least. But it's a great size. All that stuff that you guys see in the videos all the time is my dad's. It's probably gonna get cleared out in the next 2 months. There's no rush. I'm still growing this side, So hopefully like in 2 months, this is all cleared out. He literally has the most absolutely insane death pile in the universe. Like, he has so much stuff. But yeah, he's kind of holding it there. Meanwhile, you know, I kind of still get situated. I'm still filling up over here. But right here, it is all going to be shoes, 1,000 pairs of shoes. This fits about 2,200 pieces of clothing. This is going to eventually be all clothing as well. About, you know, 2,100 pieces of clothing. Or I might switch this to shoes. That's a clothing, we'll see. And I'm planning on only keeping these 3 rows full of electronics. And all this is going to be clothing. And then eventually rows of just clothing, shoes, hats. In the back over there as well. Right here will be the processing area. This is all stuff right here that I still have to list and wash and prep that I just picked up like in the last few days. So it's a good amount of stuff right here. There's some returns from eBay. And this is all stuff that is going on the Whatnot. If you guys were watching this like at noon when I post this, all this is going on Whatnot. $1 starts. Everything is in great shape. I pulled it down from my eBay just to see what happens. Give you guys, you know, some great value. Started off at $1. We got some Oculus in there. And I'm also going to be doing shoes and clothing. And yeah, the last Whatnot did pretty good. So I'm going to give you guys some value. I can get rid of some stuff and you guys can make the profit. I want to clear these 3 rows of electronics and get that moving. And it's going to be some good money to reinvest back into clothing. Alrighty guys, this is my little office. This right here is where I take pictures, and this is where I ship, and this is where I take pictures of shoes, hats, and some electronics. All right, guys, so this is the last 2 months of my sales, which is very low for me. I'm trying to do this I'm trying to do more than this every single month, but it was a transition period, and we got a new warehouse, we moved and all that stuff. So that is what it is right now, but trust me, we will get up there. And basically, I added all these up, guys, clothing, shoes, and accessories. And I just saw how many buyers were in each one of the categories. And this one was 6 one-time buyers, and then clothing, shoes, and accessories. I don't know why there's so many different categories, but this was $341, and that was 10 buyers. And each buyer, I'm considering a item that sold. So that was 357 right here, 12 one-time buyers, clothing, shoes, and accessories. 11 one-time buyers, $399. And then we go all the way to sports memorabilia and fan shop. And that was 25 one-time buyers, $600. And then again, clothing, shoes, and accessories, 1,183, 27 items / buyers. And then right here was 1,657, 66 one-time buyers, 2 repeat ones. So yeah, that is that for how many of the items sold within the 2-month period. So July 1st through August 27th. All right, guys, and right here I did a listing search for the categories, which is all clothing and shoes and all that stuff. And I have $50,000 worth of items listed, 2,100 items total. And it is hats, shoes, clothing, jackets, you name it. It is all that kind of stuff. Jeans, shorts. All right, guys, so if I were to get 2,106 times 2.50 for my cost of goods with everything with employee, overseas VA and all that stuff, it's about $5,200 that I've invested, not including the ones that I've sold, but $5,000 to potentially get you know, the 50,000 is obviously sounds insane, but everything I am open to an offer, everything I'm willing to mark down. If I get 30, I'm happy. But obviously this is great, but that's kind of what I'm basing my store around. I don't know the sell-through rates through and through, but I am picking up a lot of stuff very cheap, and honestly, it's very good. The profit margin is obviously there. Even if I take half of everything, it's 5,000 into 25 at very worst. At very worst, if I'm completely even more wrong, if I think I'm 75% off of my calculation, it would still be an insane profit margin. It would be like 5,000 into 12,000. So yeah, it's pretty good. Also, guys, one more thing I'm going to be doing that I think is going to help out a lot, and that could probably help you out a lot, is I'm going to be cross-listing most of my clothing onto Poshmark and Mercari. and I'm going to be using Vendu. I think Vendu is a great cross-listing platform that get your items from eBay and upload them to Poshmark, Mercari, and Facebook Marketplace, and Depop, and all these other platforms. Is up to 12 different platforms that they allow you to cross-list from eBay to the other ones. The coolest thing about Vendu is that basically whenever something sells on one platform, it deletes it on the others. You don't want to be chasing the items down or getting a defect on your account when something sells on Poshmark and it sells on eBay as well, and you have to delete it and you get a defect and you put your whole business in jeopardy. And that's something that held me back from cross-listing in the past, because I was always scared of something selling and then I forget it, and I already have thousands of items that I got to worry about. So that's literally what held me back. That's the only reason why I didn't want to do cross-listing, and I thought it was a waste because you're going to be chasing down items. So now with Vendu, it deletes it for you. Like, I'm all in on that now. Like, with that technology that they have built, it's a great thing to do. If you guys want to take your business to the next level, I suggest using Vendu. And you guys can cross-list and take your business to the next level, get more money. And especially with me, with clothing, hats, shoes, that is literally the best thing to sell on Poshmark and Depop and Mercari. So I think that is a great option. Guys, Vendu does charge monthly, and a lot of people don't like that, but I am a business owner. I have business expenses and I'm trying to make more money. If I pay you know, $20, $30, $40, $50, even $100 for something that might generate me more money, why would I not want to do that? I'm serious about reselling. I'm serious about making more money. If I cross list to Poshmark and Mercari and I get an extra $2,000, $3,000 by paying $50, $40, $60, that's not really that bad. And that was money that I was probably not going to get on eBay. So that to me, that is a no-brainer. If you guys are interested in using Vendu, I do have a referral link down below that will help support this channel and will also give you a good discount on your first month on Vendu. So if you guys are interested in using that, it is down below. I personally am going to use it, and I'm going to keep track of the progress while using it. I am checking you know, some of the comps, but for the most part, moving forward, I have sold, you know, the 157 items in my store. Obviously in the beginning I picked up some stuff I shouldn't have picked up, you know, how everyone does. Don't crucify me for picking up some garbage. That's going to happen. I'm going through a learning curve. From here moving forward, what I'm going to be doing is those 157 items that I sold, 158, I'm going to quadruple down on those, because it hasn't even been the full 90-day period for a sell-through rate. And that has sold already, right? So obviously I want stuff to move quick. I don't want stuff sitting too long. I don't mind sitting on it for a little bit, but obviously profit per item is a priority for me. But also if I can move a little quicker, it's all right. So those 157 items, I'm gonna just keep getting those and build a whole 40,000 item store based on that. So yeah, guys, we did $4,900 in the first pretty much 2 months of doing clothing completely from scratch, and going through the learning curve and implementing a whole new system, a whole new way of listing and taking pictures and learning as we go, which I feel like is pretty good. And like I said, at one point I would like to make over $1 million a year. That is literally, I'm obsessed with that goal, but it is a process. I don't want to start buying 800 pieces of clothing when I don't know what I'm doing yet. You know, I'm doing 300 a week is very slow for me from what I've done in the past. At one point I was doing like 1,000 pieces a week of electronics, but that also got me in trouble. You know, going too fast in the past got me in trouble with feedback and stuff like that, and a lot of returns. So I want to take it slow, and once I really know what I'm doing, that's when I'm going to speed it up. But once I figure it out, we're going to go quick, and I'm going to build systems and processes in place to be able to move quick and have quality control, and not just put up a bunch of junk in the store. So I think the first things first is I have to get that cleared out. I can't start moving fast, because if I start listing 500-600 pieces a week, that rack's not going to last for nothing. That rack's not going to last for nothing, and this one either. This is going to get filled up really quick. I want it to all be cleared out. I'm thinking by the end of the year we could probably get there, have this all cleared out, ready to just pump volume. And meanwhile, I'm going to take it slow at 300 pieces, 250, 300. You know, it's not an extremely set number. I'm still learning a lot, picking up quality pieces, and I'm like having fun with it. You know, I'm not stressed. Once you start doing a lot of volume like that, it's a little more stress, but you know, probably by then I will have like an employee or something. Because literally, like, there's so much other stuff I got going on right now. So, but that's gonna be the goal, and it's not gonna be super quick, but it's a process. You know, eBay's not overnight. If anyone ever says eBay is a get rich quick and a fast money, they're lying. This shit is a lot of work. Like, oh my God, it's a lot of work, but I see the light at the end of the tunnel, especially now. So yeah, like I just have a lot of faith in this, and I know it can take me to that next level that I've been dying to get to. I haven't been able to do it, and electronics wasn't able to do it for me, but I really want to become a millionaire, and I want to record the whole process. And if you guys are trying to level up, comment down below right now, 3 rocket emojis. Like, I want to grow with you guys. I want to literally take off. I'm so hungry. You know, I'm 27 years old. I'm not too young, I'm not too old, but right now it's the time. There's no time like the present. Doesn't matter how old you are. Like, we can make this shit happen. We can change our lives, guys. I want to change my life. I want to change the life of the people around me. And yeah, guys, I'm getting passionate. I'm getting fired up. So drop a like, and catch you guys later, right?